anyway, man. 95s, right? Well, where did
Another week, y'all. Another week. Big Lou, I see you, baby. Just trying to let the room fill up a little bit. OG Lou, I see you. I hope you safe out there, bro. Okay. First thing first, make sure all you guys are out there, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy the comeback because a lot of us is coming back to reality. A lot of stuff is opening up. Continue to stay safe. Do not sleep on this COVID shit, regardless what they tell you. It's facts that it took people out. So with that, let's get the show started. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the Death, Triple X Entertainment, Syndicate Radio TV, D Beaming, One Voice, my beloveds, the Dog Catcher, the Secret Weapon, and the Specialist. Don't forget that. And Credit Fix. Never too late to get your credit fix. IG me, inbox me. Email me at al.newyork@yahoo.com. And like I said, y'all stay safe out there before we get this show started, man. Salute to everybody, man. Open sessions is on. We're going to rock today. First subject of the day, we're going into the NFL. Matter of fact, let's take it to the MLB first. Former Atlanta Braves catcher Biff Pocoroba dies at 66 years old. He was an All-Star in 1978. Has died at 66 years old. The cause of death has not been announced, but salute and rest in peace to Biff. I can't say his last name really, so we're going to say rest in peace, Biff. And other news, the Dallas Cowboys newly acquired Aldon Smith, who I'm hoping that he pans out for my Cowboys. Huge pickup if he can be anything like he was with San Francisco 49ers. Which, you know, he hasn't played a down since 2015. Actually, November 10th of 2015. His last down he played was with the Oakland Raiders. But what he's basically saying is that he believed that the absence is not going to take an impact, you know, and work against him. He actually thinks he became a better football player. Now, of course, he's going to say that because, you know, he wants everybody to feel that he's ready to rumble. But if we get anybody like the old Aldon Smith, who I used to call Baby Charles Haley, even though you can't do that. Haley got 5 rings. There's no way you're going to put this youngster next to Haley. But I mean as far as being nasty, a savage, coming off the line. If Aldon Smith would have kept his head together, he would have been definitely top 50 lineman ever to play. The kid was huge, came in young, was aggressive, and was nasty. But of course, like a lot of other people, he kind of messed with his career, and he's lucky to get a second chance, and hopefully he could perform with this second chance. So now we got open sessions. Like I said, call me up. Questions are here. Whatever you want to ask, you bring the groceries, and I'll cook them, man. Okay, hold up. Let me see something here. Okay, yeah, I'm reading a couple of messages. Yeah, right now, whoever want to call in. Phone lines are available, 917-723-8264. Open sessions. Chuck, I see you. Jesse, I see you. I'm going to get with y'all on the second half of the show, so stay tuned. Okay, we got a call right now. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome to the Al York Sports Show. Man, you please tell everybody who you are, baby.
Oh, this is Amerie Castillo, also known as the Part-Time Bro.
Okay.
And I'm a little about myself. I'm originally from Albuquerque, New Mexico, but got the Minnesota roots. And I'm a stand-up comedian and sports personality based out of NYC.
All right. So you do a little of everything, correct?
Yeah, I do it all.
I love having comedians on my show because it's nothing like talking sports and having a good laugh. So what do you got for us,
Exactly.
Miss Amerie? What you got for us? Talk to us. Educate the audience
Oh.
that women can do this too.
Women can do this too. Well, you learned today. You already started it on my boy Kirk Cousins because I live and breathe for the Minnesota Vikings.
Woo! Kirk Cousins. I don't even know where to start with that name, but yeah, what you got for us? First thing first, let me throw something in the air. What do you feel about the Minnesota Vikings acquiring Kirk Cousins a couple years ago?
Well, I will say, haters gonna hate. It was a lot of money. I think people kept looking at the dollar signs and looked at his performance in Washington, which I didn't think he was with a good team, but I thought he was a decent quarterback.
Yeah, I would agree
And
with
the
decent.
Vikings-
I would agree with decent. Go ahead.
And I think that as a Minnesota Vikings organization, we needed a franchise quarterback. We have been in a weird spot since. Well, thank God before the frickin' Ponder years. Now, those are some blackout years for me. And then, we had some hope with Teddy Bridgewater, but then unfortunately no contact injury. Then we had that bum Sam Bradford. Had Case Keenum had a magical year. Once again, like disappointment. But we needed someone with experience. We need a franchise quarterback. And I think that Kirk was a good option at the time, even though people constantly put him down, even though I think he's proved himself, especially this year after winning some primetime games and winning a road game against the Saints in the playoffs. So, I think he is a good quarterback. I think he's consistent. I think he has an arm. I think he has shown he can win games. And more importantly, I think he fits well in our system. And we have Coach Kubiak, who I think will just make him into a better quarterback every season.
Yeah, Kubiak is a good coach. Actually, was the head coach of the Denver Broncos when they won the Super Bowl. So that's I love Kubiak in there. Zimmerman's a great coach. You guys always been a team to be reckoned with. I remember back in the days when you guys had Dante Culpepper. I remember before when y'all had Tommy Kramer back in the days. Y'all, Minnesota always had a product that you couldn't sleep on, especially that Thanksgiving game against my Cowboys, where your Randy Moss ate us alive. If I'm correct, I think he had like 3 catches, 3 touchdowns with almost 200 yards receiving. How much impact can you make per catch? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
So you guys, y'all whipped this up, but remember this. We had many years back. I'm going to ask you a trivia question. Do you remember the one guy that ran for 99 yards against you on one play in the old Metrodome?
In the old Metrodome?
Yeah, can you remember the running back that ran for 99 yards?
Does this have to do with your team?
Yes. My Dallas Cowboys.
Are you? Man. Oh, God. And I think this is one of the biggest, not upsets, what can I say? What's the word I'm looking for? Herschel Walker?
No, it was close. It was Tony Dorsett. And
oh wait, that's what you sent me. Yeah, I was like, I remember the trade, the Herschel Walker trade.
Right.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was Hershey Dorsett and Hershey Dorsett. Tony Dorsett. You got me saying Hershey Dorsett. Hershey Walker. Yes, we got a lot for him. We got a lot for him. But Tony Dorsett, what made that play so remarkable that a lot of people to today do not really know was that the Cowboys only had 10 players against 11 defensive players that the Minnesota had on defense. So not only did he ran for 99 yards, they was a man short on offense. So that makes that play that much greater. Because if you ask me, Chris Abel said Tony Walker, Hershey Dorsett. If you ask me, if the offense had an extra man, I still think that kind of evens everything out because the ball carrier, you take out the ball carrier, everybody's even, man to man. But when you got a ball carrier and one less individual to block against 11 defenders, and 11 good defenders, because your Vikings always keep a good defense. That's what made, to me, Herschel Walker one of the best runs that I ever seen. And I was lucky to see it on a prime time day. If I'm correct, it was a Monday night football game. And that was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. But anything else you want to say about your Minnesota Vikings? I mean, what are you predicting this year? Since you're a diehard fan, I'm going to put you on the spot. First question
I'm
is...
very excited.
Yeah, first question is, how many wins you guys are going to have?
How many wins?
Yes.
I think we're going to go... I think we're going to go 11-5.
Wow, you're being real nice.
Nah, I'm gonna. We always lose the stupid ones, the frickin' Bears. I don't know what always. We play them in prime time in Monday Night Football in November. It's just always, whatever. I do think we'll take back the division. I think I'm not trying to take away from the Green Bay Packers, but I think they were not a 13-3 team last year.
Oh, indeed. They played over their head, but they made a lot of key, defensive pickups, but they didn't stack Aaron Rodgers up with the receivers. I didn't like that. I had a big thing about that. But I still think they're the team to beat. They're still the team to beat in that division.
No. Of course. And the Bears, I don't know what the hell they're doing, drafting 10 tight ends, and the Lions are a joke. But,
Well, if Nick Foles steps up, it's a big if, because he went to Jacksonville, immediately got hurt, and then just forgot how to quarterback when he got back.
Yeah,
maybe that wasn't a good system for him. It wasn't a good system.
No,
and he's actually he's actually with one of his ex-coaches when he had that productive season in Chicago now. So Nick Foles, we're definitely going to see a better guy that we had in Jacksonville, but I don't think he's enough to overcome Minnesota or Green Bay. Not next year.
No. It's Green Bay's. It's the pack of the Vikes, but. The Vikes were a solid team since Jim came in about 2014. Amazing defense, even though we're weak with the secondary this year. A lot of problems there. And the biggest thing is Dalvin Cook can stay healthy.
You got to have him healthy.
What?
You got to have him
Dalvin Cook
healthy.
needs to stay healthy. But we also have a deep running game in general. We even got our fullback, C.J. Ham, and offensive line we improved. We drafted really well, really nice this year. But we can stay healthy between Thielen and Dalvin. I think we'll be fine.
Okay, now you let go Diggs. What you feel about that?
We let go Diggs. It's bittersweet because, obviously he is unreal. He's an amazing receiver. I think we're putting a lot of pressure to fill the slot receiver with Jefferson from LSU, even though I love the kid.
Yeah, he's good.
Very
that
excited.
Kid's real good. He's real fast.
Yeah, real fast. I think it's a lot of pressure to make him fill big shoes. The slot receiver is going to be great. Thielen is a veteran now. I think he'll coach these young kids well.
Oh, he's a beast. I love Thielen, man.
We're built. We're a run-heavy offense. We are built off a running game. So Diggs, you got to know your part, and Diggs wasn't happy, and I just then go somewhere else. I love you. I love him. He gave me one of the greatest sports memories I'll ever have in my lifetime.
Well, he gave y'all life against the Vikings with that incredible catch. So,
oh my God,
y'all would not moved on without that catch. That was an incredible ass catch he made.
But he's not drama. He just wasn't happy, and it causes bad juju on my team. And then also, we did need to rebuild within our secondary in a lot of positions. So, the fact, oh, my God, we won that trade, though. They got Diggs. I'm happy for Josh Allen and the Bills, buddy. But let me tell you, we got so many picks out of it. It's unreal.
Okay, that's good. Real fast. Let's move real fast. Playoffs, of course. If you're saying 11-5, you're saying they're going to win the playoffs. And I think you also say they're going to win the division. Am I right, or I'm putting words in your mouth?
Yeah. Oh, no. We're going to win the division. And remember, there's going to be extra playoff games this year. Remember, they're adding games.
What is it, one or two games?
Even the NFC East over there, everyone's getting in the playoffs this year.
Right, but is it one or two games that they added?
They're adding 3.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was 3. Anybody looking in? Chuck Thomas, Humpty, I'm not saying she's wrong, but let me know how many games they adding. I know
I
they
think
added
it's
more
3.
playoff teams.
No, they're adding 2. No, wait, no, they're adding 2. It's gonna be an extra day, or is it 2 or 4? It's gonna be a lot more games played, which is so crazy.
Yeah, I thought my understanding was one more game, but I got to find out for sure exactly what it is.
Look it up.
Chuck Thomas saying one team gets a bye. I know they get extra teams in the playoffs, but I think it's one more game. Yeah, I think it's one. I think it's 17 games. 17. I don't think it's 18 games. You see, 17 games because 2 more games. A lot of players would have hold it out because that's risking your body too much, man. And
Yeah,
I mean. I mean, you got to get more money. You know what I'm saying? If 2 per side, okay.
So it'll be 4. So it'll be 14 teams will go.
Yeah, it's going to be more teams. There's going to be additional wild card games.
Not games, yeah.
Which is great.
Wild. That's what it is.
For the betting man, for the real fan, we love this. We love this. But, like I said, if you're going to give them more games to play, you got to pay them more money. That's just how it is. Now, real fast, Miss Amerie, be reasonable. Don't be too biased about this. But do the Minnesota Vikings have a team this year to win it all?
Yeah. Coming off, I do think we have the capability, and we have to do it now or in the next year or two because we're going to start rebuilding. We should have done it 2 years ago. And we shit the bed. I don't know if I'm allowed to press on this against people.
Yeah.
But,
do your thing.
We have been so close in the last 6 years. So, and I think we have the capability, and we have an offense and we have a defense. We have a solid team. I'm not saying we're the Chiefs. I'm not saying we're the best team ever, but I think we're able to win the Super Bowl.
This is the thing, though, about Minnesota. The thing about Minnesota is... But
I believe in football gods, too, and when it's your time, it's your time. And I think we're due.
What y'all guys need first of all is to stay healthy. You need Cousins to stay healthy all year. You need Dalvin Cook to stay healthy all year. And this goes for a lot of teams. Injuries a big part of winning it all. You know what I mean? You seen the 49ers, they all got healthy late, and what happened? They went right to the Super Bowl. All of them got healthy late, and they was good before that. But you could see them, they was breaking down. They was breaking down because the injuries were catching up to them. Then they got healthy, went on that run, should have won the Super Bowl. They choked with 5 minutes left. You seen it, I seen it. I gave out the Chiefs, I was happy. The thing with Minnesota, I just think too many things got to go you guys' way to win it all. That's why I don't see it. Not at least next year. Maybe in 2 years.
But I just think I think we're building that team. I think we have all the weapons and we keep building. And that's why I keep stressing Kubiak too. I just think it's great.
Right. So you love Kubiak and company. Okay, anything else you want to add on, Ms. Amerie?
Oh, well, it's been so fun. I'm so glad we were connected, Al. And I just want to give a shout out to the Extreme Football League. If you haven't heard about it, it got shut because of COVID-19. But there's a new and tackle league coming out that I'm starting to work with.
Woo! Educate us real fast.
They were. I don't know if you guys remember the Lingerie Football League, but they have rebranded and revamped, and these girls are gnarly. I mean, it is YouTube a game, okay? You'll never have to go to Pornhub again, okay?
Wow. Let me tell you something.
These girls are gnarly.
I've seen 2 of those games. It's really hard just to watch the game. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're uniforms. It's the uniforms, man.
Now, are they upgraded their uniforms, or it's going to be the same, or what do we have to look forward to as fans?
I mean, there's a lot to look forward to. Let's just say that.
Okay, Miss Amerie,
check
listen.
them out. They're gnarly. But thank you so much for having me.
Okay, listen, real fast. Let everybody know how to contact you, where to see you, where to catch up to you. Go ahead, talk to them, girl.
Yeah. Okay. So once again, I'm known as Part-Time Bro. You type in Part-Time Bro on Google. You can find me everywhere. I sports broadcast on the Hot Mic app, even though we don't have live sports right now. I'm broadcasting classic NBA and NFL games. And just follow me on social media. I'm constantly putting out content and talking about football. So that's it.
Yo, beautiful. Listen, it was a pleasure having you, Amerie Castillo. Let me say it right. It's not Costello.
You said it
it's
right.
Castillo. It was a pleasure having you on board. I love having the ladies join our group. I think it just adds on to the power, and especially when they know what they're talking about, like yourself. So we all appreciate you. God bless you, and we want to talk to you soon. So don't be in the next month or so. We expect you back on the show, okay?
Okay, thanks, bud.
Okay, thank you, and take care, and God bless you, baby. Okay, guys. That was Amerie Castillo, a comedian slash sports analyst. The girl could do it all, man. Y'all heard it yourselves. Phone lines open, 917-723-8264. Next caller want to call, hit me up now. If not, I'm going to start my next topic. I heard some interesting news the other day where DeOndre Hopkins is saying he's the best wide receiver in the game. But I finished that up. Let me get this call real fast. Hello.
What's going on?
Oh, what's going on, baby? Introduce yourself.
This is Jesse Gambino.
Jesse Gambino. What's up, baby? Talk to us, man.
What's going on? First, I want to give a shout out to my part-time bro comrade from New York City, Amerie Castillo.
Oh, you know Miss Castillo?
Absolutely. We've run into each other a few times in the city, and we have a few mutual friends. So, yep.
Well, it must be a small world, right?
Small world.
Yeah, it's got to be a small world. But what's going on, Gambino? Let me guess. Because I know you went at me in my inbox about Dak Prescott. Lead the way.
I just want to say that I appreciate all that Dak Prescott has done as a fourth-round pick out of Mississippi State, coming in for Tony Romo. But we're not paying Dak Prescott $210 million, and it's time that we need to trade him.
Yeah, I agree with giving him all that extra paper, man. You know, I'm a diehard Cowboy fan, and it hurts my heart, really, to see an individual that can do so much for us just get greedy. Just like basically throw them little numbers he put up, because he put up some decent numbers, but like I keep telling people, and I'm going to keep rephrasing this, y'all, numbers are not everything. This is a perfect example. This guy had 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 4,900 yards last year, 70.2 QBR rating, but could not win the big game. Could not get it to the playoffs. Didn't show up in the last game of the year against the Eagles. So a guy like me, when you come to a guy like me and you go, yo, Al, look at them numbers he got. I'm going to look at you and be like, yo, dog, it means absolutely nothing to me. If you can't step up when you need to step up, now these numbers mean something when you going for a Hall of Fame ballot or some shit. But right now, what Dak did, to me, all he did was have great regular seasons. In a lot of them games, I'm not hating because I'm a Cowboy fan, he got in garbage time. Fourth quarter, down 3 scores, down 2 scores, prevent defense, and Dak is just stacking up the stat sheet. That's what I see Dak Prescott. I rarely see Dak show up in a big game. Now, one of y'all can say, yeah, but he had a great game against Green Bay. Once again, Packers and them went up like 34-7. Prescott went on a 21-zip fourth quarter run, prevent defense, had over almost up in 500 yards, 4 touchdowns. That don't impress me. Where was you when the game mattered? Where was you, Dak? You coming in the end don't mean shit. And then you had all the while to make it up against the Eagles, and you laid an egg against the Eagles. But go ahead, man. I'm getting worked up. Yeah, you take over, man. Take over.
Listen, I know, I understand you're frustrated. I'm frustrated too. You know.
Then after the season, listen, he does absolutely shit when the game's counted. Now you want 40 pieces. Fuck out of here, Dak. Get out. Go to Detroit. Let Detroit give him $40 million.
I personally think for $45 million, I'm making my first phone call to the Jets. I'm saying, listen, guys, Jamal Adams really doesn't want to be there. We got Dak on a franchise tag. You kind of got Sam Darnold, who's kind of not the greatest in October, November, December. Why don't we give you Dak for Jamal Adams and a first-round pick? And maybe you got your quarterback for the future, and you could trade Sam Darnold for something.
Yeah, Gambino,
That's
there's
an
no
idea.
way. There's no way as a Jet you make that trade without packaging Donald. You can't have Donald and Prescott together. That's not going to work. I know where you're going with it.
Darnold immediately.
Then you got to flip them. Then you say, you know what? Give us Donald, take Dak, and then throw in a draft pick. There's no way they're going to trade a draft pick in a corner or a safety and not put Donald in that mix and pick up Dak Prescott. Because now you got two starters that are going to want to start, and you're going to have a whole brand new issue again. My thing, send them to the Detroit Lions. They don't want Stratford. They didn't pick up Tua. Detroit would be perfect, and Detroit could give the Cowboys tons of picks for them. If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm not saying Andy Dalton is the answer. Hear me clearly. I'm not saying that. But I think Andy Dalton could keep us relevant for 1 year. This year right here, I think he could keep us relevant. Keep us relevant, get into the playoffs. We're not going to win it all with Carrot Top. Carrot Top chokes when it mattered most. I know that because I watched him in Cincinnati, and he choked every time shit got real, kind of like Dak Prescott. So you got two chokers in Dallas Cowboys right now behind the helm. But what you do is you get these picks. Then maybe you can get a quarterback out of college on Detroit's picks, or maybe you can sign somebody next year. I am not giving Dak Prescott 40 pieces because you're going to handicap our salary cap, and then we can't even maneuver. We can't do nothing. No, I'm not doing it.
I want to move. If I got to move Dak, number one, I got to move Dak to a team where I know that first round pick is going to be one of the. If I'm getting a player and a pick, one of that first round pick has to be high enough to where I can get the quarterback of my future, because Andy Dalton is only a 1 year guy.
Well, Detroit Lions. But the thing with the Lions, you put Dak over there, they actually got a little better. There was a guy earlier, I think it was Chris, saying they're going to be 8-8. I don't know where you get that from.
I don't think Detroit's going to be willing to eat $30 million of Stafford's money for the year, which is really the issue of trading into Detroit. Which I do agree with you that Stafford would be better with the Cowboys than Dak, and if trading Dak to the Jets.
No, but you might not even have to trade Stratford because he's a free agent. No, or he's got a year left.
No, he's got 2 years left.
Oh no, then you'll have to trade him. You'll have to trade him then. Yeah, I was thinking he was on his last year. Maybe they can just get Dak and then just let Stratford go. Don't give him the money. But I got to check that out because I was hearing something about monies and about Stratford with money. So I got to look into that. I didn't know you was going to bring this up. If not, I would have done my homework. But what I'm saying is if Stratford's a free agent, they can do that. Even though right now it's a little too late because everything's basically get going. But what I'm saying is they would have had the ability to do it. But I don't know, man. But let's go back to the Cowboys. Let's go back to the Cowboys. What are we going to do, man? You're a Cowboy fan. I'm a Cowboy fan. Let's educate everybody. Let's play the position. What are we going to do?
I think we're making the playoffs. That's for sure. I think we're going about 10-6 or 9-7, give or take. And that's only because the rest of the NFC East is subpar.
Okay.
I do believe the Redskins are going to make a much improved team. They're going to be the most improved team outside of the Cowboys.
What they won? 3 games last year? So even if they win 4 more games, what they going to be, 7-9, 8-8 max? Haskins ain't the answer. They got a good team, but Haskins I don't think is ready. I mean, the kid, you see what he did last year. The kid wasn't even prepared. I think
I think a lot of their defense is going to keep them in games. So
Yeah, definitely. They got good defense.
I definitely think an 8-8 or 7-9 season for the Redskins. I kind of think that this is going to be a sleeper move for the Eagles because the Eagles are going to cut Alshon Jeffrey and they're going to sign Antonio Brown on the league minimum. But yet the Eagles are still going to be a very bad team with a 7-9 or an 8-8 record.
But I disagree.
Look,
I disagree with you with that. I think the Eagles with Peterson's a hell of a coach. You know, he was in Kansas City with Reed, picked up a lot of knowledge over there, won a Super Bowl on his own, actually won a Super Bowl before Reed. Peterson knows what he's doing. If Carson Wentz, it all leans on Carson Wentz being healthy and getting back to his old form. If he does that, they picked up a great receiver from TCU. They still got Deshaun Jackson. Jeffrey, like you saying, they either could let him go, try to get Antonio Brown. I didn't hear too much about that. So what I'm saying is they got weapons. They got weapons, but they have a tough schedule. I seen their schedule. Their schedule's kind of tough. That's why I got the Cowboys coming out. Yeah, I got the Cowboys coming out the East and the NFC. Because of that schedule, I think Cowboys will get them by 2-3 games. But that's not to say that the Eagles ain't going to be tough. The Eagles are going to bring it. They bring it every year. They always play hard, whether they injured or not. Like you seen last year, they looked totally out of it. They got back into it and then beat the Cowboys to get in the last playoff spot. Yeah.
That they did. And then we got the Giants who will endure the beginnings of the 10-year struggle that we as the Cowboys fans had to deal with, which is Jason Garrett as the offensive coordinator and Mark Palumbo, who was the worst offensive lineman the Cowboys ever had, is now the offensive lineman head coach for the Giants.
Right.
So the Giants are going to go a nice solid 2-14, and they'll
So
probably
you don't see the Giants improving.
Not at all.
I got the Giants really improving. I got the Giants to win. I'm not saying much, but I think they win at least 7 games. I got 7 games for the Giants.
I would be shocked if they won more than 4.
Wow. So you think Dimes don't step up this year? You know, they picked up some offensive line pieces. They got receivers. Defensively, they look like they got a little better. I can see 6-7 games. I don't see nothing more than that. I see 6-7 games.
I think the coaching is horrible.
No, I agree. That I agree with. That I agree. I mean, getting Garrett from the Cowboys, all Garrett's going to help you do is play the Cowboys better. That's it. Because he knows the Cowboys like the back of his hand.
Right, and unfortunately, this time around, he's playing the Cowboys who actually have the offensive weapons to beat them out the gate. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's not even a situation, like, Jason Garrett is going to be the quagmire of the New York Giants until he's fired. And hopefully that's for like 10 years. And I'll be pretty happy with that.
Right, so real quick, listen, real quick, because we got to move on. Real quick, do the Cowboys win the division, yes or no?
They win the division.
All right, that's all. Just answer that. Hold up. Just answer that. Do we win a playoff game? Yes or no?
Depending on who we play and where we play.
I don't want to hear that.
At home, yes.
Jesse, yes or no?
I'm going to say no.
Okay, so that means you don't got them. That means you got them no chance of winning the Super Bowl either, then, right?
No, I don't.
All right, Jesse. Any last words before we move on, buddy?
Yeah, man. I just want to talk about the raffle that I heard you were giving away for promotional, pieces for people calling in and wanting to talk about certain things, and comedians and actors and actresses and musicians.
Right.
You know, I heard, after the show, you're going to give out your PayPal information, and for $5, $10, they're going to be randomly drawn at the end of the month, and you're going to be doing a free $100 advertisement.
Yeah, we're going to do.
One month.
Yeah, right now we configuring all of that stuff. but we're definitely going to start, doing stuff like raffles, etc., prizes. It's only right, the people who's just putting in their work when and it's only right that we give something back out of it. So we definitely in the middle of working something like that out. Thanks for bringing that up, Jesse. And, we'll let the people know once that happens. And, Jesse, all I want to tell you is always a pleasure hearing you because you always got like a whole different perspective. And I kind of like that because I don't want everybody to agree with me. It's not fun when everybody agrees with you. You understand?
No, great.
So listen, we're going to talk to you soon. I'll definitely talk to you soon, and I'll educate you on that raffle thing. Thank you for calling in, Jesse, and have a great day, bro.
You too, man. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Okay, Jesse Gambino, y'all. Jesse Gambino. Okay, guys, like I said, open sessions, 917-723-8264. Y'all can call in. Make sure y'all bring the groceries, I'll cook it. But real quick, I got a topic I want to hit if I don't get a phone call before that. Deondre Hopkins is saying right now, he said no disrespect to everybody else in the league. He's saying he's the best wide receiver in the game. Unfortunately, I got to get this call. Y'all hold up. Hello. All right, whoever was that, call right back. I just missed your call. DeAndre Hopkins is saying he's the best receiver. So what I did personally, I took the last 3 years of 3 individuals, which is 2 with DeAndre Hopkins. I took Hopkins' last 3 years, Julio Jones' last 3 years, and Michael Thomas's last 3 years. Because to me, those are the 3 best wide receivers. Now, y'all might have different opinions. It's all good. These are my best 3. Now, Hopkins in 3 seasons has 315 receptions, 4,100 yards, 31 touchdowns. Now, I know numbers ain't everything, but I'm just going to give you all these numbers, and then I'm going to bring up some other stuff to back up my other stuff. Hold up. Hello.
What's up, Al?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Chuck Thomas, a.k.a. Buck Flair.
Oh, we got Buck Flair. Buck Flair on the line. Buck Flair, I was just basically talking. You know what? I'm going to go through this with you before we hit our main topic, because I know you're a well-educated NFL individual. Did you hear about DeAndre Hopkins saying he's the best receiver in the NFL right now?
I did hear that, and he kind of threw his quarterback under the bus, I think, when he said if he'd had Breeze, look what he would have done. So
wow,
it's kind of he's being cocky right now. So
yeah, but Deshaun Jackson, he ain't Breeze, but Deshaun Jackson is more better than mediocre, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, he was the main star, just like Michael Thomas is, and Breeze went out last year, and Michael Thomas still did his thing. So it's kind of hard because he's a Clemson guy. So I'm not going to talk much bad about DeAndre, but I think he was just trying to be cocky as usual.
Yeah, let me just run these numbers to you real quick. Then we're going to give our professional opinions. DeAndre Hopkins, 315 receptions, 4,100 yards, 31 touchdowns, last 3 seasons. I'm doing last 3 seasons, Chuck. Then we go on to Julio Jones, 300 receptions, 4,500 yards, 17 touchdowns. And Michael Thomas, 378 receptions, 4,400 yards, 23 touchdowns. Now, what I like about the 3 that I picked, all of them won a category here. DeAndre Hopkins won the most touchdowns in 3 years with 31 over the other 2. Julio Jones leads in total yards and 4,500 over the other 2. And Michael Thomas leads in receptions with 378 over the other 2. So this is why I picked these 3. I'm going to personally say, I'm going to stick. This is a tough decision because I love one guy, but I got to give the other guy the nod because he's been doing it for longer years. I still got to go Julio number 1. As much as I want to say Michael Thomas, I'm going to say Julio. I'm going to say Julio 1, Michael Thomas 2, Hopkins 3. What you think about your list, though? What do you feel about what I said? And how would you number these guys?
Well, I kind of agree with you with the Julio thing because he's been my fantasy guy. He's always my
Julio
fantasy
gets triple
guy.
team all the time, man. It's so
Yeah,
sad, man.
I mean, he's a Julio is when they got to the Super Bowl, I think a lot of people saw his talent. He's a man against boys when he's healthy.
Indeed.
On his game, and then he is definitely number one. Michael Thomas and Deondre kind of fall kind of in the same category because Michael Thomas is still played a little bit longer than Deondre, but I'm interested to see what Deondre does in Arizona.
Well,
he threw Deshaun Watson under the bus with that comment, I thought, and so I'm interested to see what he's going to do with Kyler Murray because is he going to make Kyler Murray the greatest? Now we'll see what happens now. So, but I still do the same way you did. I got Michael Thomas over DeAndre Hopkins.
okay, now what he's saying is he's really hype about this next situation because he knows a lot about Cliff Kingsbury, who runs a high-octane offense. And me and my boy Cole Murray, we call him baby steps because he look like he be baby stepping away from, sacks and everything. But I like Murray. I think Murray, he's very consistent if you give him time. I don't know if he's the type of quarterback that's going to bring out the best out of DeAndre Hopkins. Maybe as he continues to quarterback, maybe they could pick up some type of continuity, build up a strong chemistry. But to do that, you got to hang out with each other, just like Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison did with Peyton Manning. And I don't know if these guys are willing to put that kind of work in to build that 1-2 punch. Are you with me? I don't see it, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
Now let's look at last year. Last year at this time, what were we talking about going into the season? We were talking about Baker Mayfield.
Yes, sir.
Making that next step.
Listen, let me say it on my show.
He's got OBJ, he's got Landry. We talked about Baker Mayfield. We saw what happened.
Buck Flair.
Now we're looking at Kyler Murray going in the second year. They give him DeAndre Hopkins, and we're going to see exactly what he's made of. Because really, it all boils down to what you're going to do on that other side of the ball defensively.
Right.
And how many chances are you going to have a chance offensively to have the ball? Because really, still, Kyler Murray is still learning the NFL way. He's not Russell Wilson. Everybody said he's going to be the next Russell Wilson. I personally think he's. I don't want to say
he's got slight images, but he ain't. He can't be Russell Wilson, man. Russell Wilson's IQ is on another level, man. Yeah, Russell Wilson's just, he's just too smart, man. That guy's incredible, but yeah.
Yeah, so, but Kyler, to me, is kind of like, he's in the league, and he's kind of sitting there like a Doug Flutie. Everybody's like, is this going to be the magic guy? Is this going to be what the Cardinals need? So I'm just going to sit back and tight until I see exactly what Kyler Murray, he's got Larry Fitzgerald, probably another 1 year. Who knows? Larry, to me, probably should have retired, but he's going to play another year. So I would love to see him go down to Tampa to play with Bruce Arians' offense.
Man, I would love to see him go to the Patriots, man. But I don't know what he's doing, man. Listen, I love Fitzgerald, but my man, you already proved you're loyal, dog. Like, you've been with that organization at least 12 years. I might be wrong, give or take a year. But go get a ring, man. It's all right. We're not going to look at you like Karl Malone. We're not. We love Larry Fitzgerald. Every football fan that watches football has to love Larry Fitzgerald. The guy's the greatest citizen, leads by example. He's going to be very productive after football. Go get a ring, man. Stop playing with this rebuilding shit, man. Go like Buck Flair said, go join him in Tampa. You know what I'm saying? Go to the 49ers. Go get a ring, Fitzgerald. I love Fitzgerald, man, but damn.
Yeah, I know. You talk about pure dedication. The guy will probably end up being coaching somewhere. I think he'll be back in Minnesota, probably, if he gets the opportunity to be a wide receiver coach,
Right.
try to work his way into the NFL. But he's such a great character. Got nothing wrong with Larry. I think Larry is now the third best wide receiver in the history of the game. I think he passed T.O. last year. And
I don't think Buck Flair. I don't think
he doesn't have enough to pass Randy Moss and Jerry Rice at this point. But it depends on how much longer. If he plays another couple of seasons and can't get that ring, that's going to mean a lot. That's going to mean a lot because you know Larry.
Yeah.
Larry in that Super Bowl, he played just like Julio Jones in that Super Bowl. He showed out against them Steelers. If it wasn't for that one,
hey yo, he pumped the shit out of Palomalo, man. He ran right through Palomalo like he wasn't even there for like 70 yards. But yo, hold up, Buck. Yeah, hold up, Buck. This is my problem with Fitzgerald. He's so easygoing, never runs his mouth, never talks trash. I think I could have a survey, and I know a lot, even my own people on my page, that we all a lot of aficionados. I don't see Fitzgerald going 3 on the receiver list. I barely see him going 5. But like you said, he really could be the third best ever. But the fact that he's so quiet, I think that's going to work against him. He never was a flashy type. He never danced after a touchdown. Fitzgerald was the guy catch the touchdown, gives it to the referee, goes to the sideline. So I think that bringing that professionalism to the game is going to hurt his stocks when it comes to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, only because he never really showboated, unlike T.O. who showboated. You know what I'm saying? Julio ain't a showboat guy, but you know Julio's there. So when Julio's career is over, I mean, Julio he's just so big, you have to acknowledge him. You know what I'm saying? And Jerry Rice, for a guy who really didn't show off, when you think about it, when he used to catch those touchdowns and run for a touchdown, that was a pretty ass sight. So he didn't even have to show off. He just ran pretty. So that alone got everybody's attention, along with the numbers, the Super Bowls, and of course having Steve Young and the GOAT Joe Montana doesn't hurt nobody. You see what I'm saying? But I feel bad. I feel bad for Fitzgerald. He never had a great quarterback. He had Kirk Warner there for a couple years, and Kirk did turn it up, but it was only for a couple years because when he had Palmer, they really didn't cling like that. And every other quarterback, the quarterback they had from Michigan State that didn't really pan out over there, I mean, he never had really good quarterbacks and still was able to put these amazing numbers up. So I'm going to agree with you sneakily. He should be up there. But for some reason, I don't think the peoples are going to give him, they're going to give him love on that. That's just my opinion, dog. But, Gay, you got anything else before we move to our next subject, Chuck?
I'm ready for our. Let's talk about, because you've been hammering these LeBron guys, and I have too. And ever since the documentary, you and I kind of had fun with this because there's so many LeBron fans that really don't understand. But now I think it came to because a lot of these younger generations didn't get to watch Michael play his game, and watching that documentary kind of help them understand. But still, some of them still say that LeBron is the GOAT, and But anyway. Also, the team-wise, we talked about the team-wise, too, the greatest teams out there.
Yeah, let me bring that up. I don't really want to touch that LeBron stuff again. I gave a couple of my peoples my word that I was totally done with that. We know who the GOAT is. There's no time to continue to overkill. I gave numerous reasons, facts, etc. Only one guy or two still think LeBron's better. My co-host, Noah Parker, who he loves the hell out of LeBron. He will never say another name but LeBron, and a lot of other young guys that love LeBron. But we're going to move it on. We're going to go to the two greatest teams. No, let me rephrase. I'm going to pick two great teams. Not the greatest, because you can talk about the old Boston Celtics with Bill Russell and them, and there's no way I can stay here and mention greatest without mentioning them. That'll be a disrespect. But I'm going to go with the 96 Bulls versus the 2017 Warriors when they just acquired KD.
Correct.
First of all, I'm going to name you a few guys and what they average as quick as I can. Copy?
I got you.
Michael Jordan, real quick. 30.4, 6.6 rebounds, 4.3 assists. Luke Longley, 9.1. I'm just going to say the points. Scottie Pippen, 19.4. He averaged. Dennis Rodman, 5.5. Kukoc off the bench, 13.1. Now for the Golden State Warriors, Curry, 25.3. Zaza, 6.1. KD, 25.1. Green, 10.2. And Iggy off the bench, 7.6. I didn't want to say all that other stuff. Takes too long. Real fast, if they played in the 1990s, the Chicago Bulls are the home team in a series, what happens?
Well, let's look at the Bulls team in that season. You got revenge. Jordan was ready to come back. He was pumped, ready to play. He was very motivated that season. The Bulls ended up going out and going 72 and 10.
Yes, sir.
And went 15 and 3 in the playoffs. They averaged 105 points a game offensively, which was the leading offensive team in the league. And they also gave up only 92.9 points a game, which was actually tied with the second best defensive.
Okay, so the Bulls and what in that first series?
The Bulls against the Warriors?
Yeah.
Oh, I think the Bulls win in 6.
Okay. All right. I got the Bulls. I got the Bulls in 5 in 1990 in a home court. In a home court.
Yeah, I got. Here's where I got with this because of the KD situation. That was the first year he went there, and what people don't realize is that the Warriors. I want to go to that game against the Spurs. They were down 78 to 55 in that first round in that NBA final to go to the finals.
Right. Kawhi Leonard went down.
Kawhi Leonard was going off. They were down by 23 points. They actually came back and won that game and actually was pretty much undefeated in the finals until they lost one game to Kyrie Irving. Had a great game in that finals. They ended up going 16-1, had the best record of all time that season. But what I look at is that Bulls team, I mean, I really like to talk about the Warriors that season because everybody talks about the Warriors. Did you know this right here? I'm going to first team All-NBA. First team All-NBA that season in the West. Anthony Davis, James Harden, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook. Okay, where's the Warriors on that? Where's the Warriors?
Yo, Chuck, listen, Chuck.
Where?
Chuck, if I had 20 minutes, I could listen to this all day. I'm loving it. Unfortunately, we got 7 minutes, so let's stick to the. Cause I got 4 questions to ask you. I want to get this off, but I love where you going with it. I wish I had more time because that's funny right there. That is really hilarious. But okay, I got Bulls in 5.
One thing before you give me a question, I'm gonna give you this right here. In that season, in that 95-96 season, Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley were third team All-NBA. They was not a first or a second. They was third team. You got to think about this. 3 of those Orlando players were first, second, and third on that team that they swept on that revenge game. They swept Grant Hill, Hardaway, Shaq. So I don't want to hear it. The talent level. Yeah, the talent level was there. So anyway, go ahead now.
Okay, so you said Bulls in 6. I said Bulls in 5 in the 1990 series between the 96 Bulls and the 2017 Warriors. Same question. Warriors got home court advantage.
Warriors got home field advantage.
Home field advantage,
Bulls,
same 1990.
Bulls in 5 because it's 2-3-2 back in those days.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I forgot about that. Yeah, I got Bulls in 6.
Yeah,
I had Bulls in 6
back in those days. If Warriors had the home field, it would be Yeah, it would be in 5 then. But with them playing the Bulls at home, they would be probably just like they did with Seattle. They lost 2 games in Seattle, came back and won in Chicago because they was up 3-0-2 as well.
Right. If I would have had that information, I probably would have said Bulls in 5. But I'm gonna stick to my 6 because that's what I said. So basically, in the '90s, it didn't matter where the Bulls played. They were gonna win both series in our predictions. Our predictions. Okay, or our opinions. Okay, now we go on. Let's say it's a 2017. Same question. Warriors are the home team. What's your prediction on that series? With the rules changing and everything.
Oh, in 2017, where it goes 2-2-1-1-1.
Yeah.
Warriors are the home team.
Mm-hmm.
I still say it goes 6, man. Jordan does not play around. He is going to go for the throat. And when you got 3 first-team all-defensive players, defense, I don't care what you say, back in those days, that defense was so much better. And you can imagine Curry out there and Ron Harper guarding him. What's Clay going to do with Jordan? What's Pippen and Durant, and Rodman and Draymond, Tony, and they got Luke Longley, they got Whittington, they got size down low. So they basically gave up their size to get Durant. So
2017, what's your prediction?
Bulls in 6.
Okay, I'm going to say Dub Nation in 6. I say with the home field advantage, I think with the fact that they stretch that 3-point line out, I think you get the Bulls to spread it out. The Bulls will be entirely a different defense if you can spread them out. And I know for sure Dub Nation could be able to spread those boys out, especially in that arena they used to play in Arco. I mean, it seemed like everything was falling down over there in Arco Arena. Now, same question. Bulls are the home team now. 2017, Bulls got home court advantage. Who you got? And what? How many games?
Oh, I can see that. Oh man, I could actually probably see a sweep.
Oh wow!
I can see a sweep. I see the Bulls winning the first 2 at home, Jordan going out to Golden State, getting game 3, and watching them just basically give up. Because I can see him giving up. I can see him giving up. Because once Jordan put the throat on in Chicago and won those 2 games, if he got to game 3, I could see Warriors. Because come on now, we know basketball back in the '90s was a lot tougher, and it was a different game. And you got 3 guys that play defense, and the Warriors were like the 11th best defensive team in the NBA that season, and I just can't see the Warriors comparing with the Bulls team.
Right.
The Bulls would have a tougher time with the Lakers in Showtime. They would have a tougher time with the Lakers in Showtime.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let me give my prediction. 2017, Bulls being a home team. I have the Bulls in 7. So I got Bulls actually winning 3 out of the 4 series. I got Dub Nation winning the home court advantage in 2017. You have the Bulls on a straight sweep across the board. But like I said, at the end of the day, these are like opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. Hold up. My man Humpty got something here. Take Series 6, Warriors at 7 with Bulls, home field advantage. Hold up. Well, Humpty's saying that the Bulls would be in major foul trouble. That's why I'm definitely going to give Dub Nation with the home court advantage in the 2017, definitely. But I think with the Bulls home court, foul trouble or not, Mike will find a way to, to get it done. That's just the way I see it. And yo, Chuck Thomas, any last words? Because we about at that time of the hour where we got to hang it up, brother. Any last words?
Great show once again, Al. I appreciate what you do with the ladies. I always respect the ladies. And as I say this, woo!
Buff Flair, big Tampa Bay fan. Chuck Thomas, he goes by Chuck Thomas, aka Buck Flair. Yo, always, like I say to everybody else, man, I appreciate all you guys for taking time to spend with me when y'all could be doing anything else, man. So I appreciate you, boss, man.
Woo!
All right, brother. Have a good one, baby. Chuck Thomas.
All right, we'll see you.
Tampa Bay Bucks. Okay, guys. Okay. All right, guys. We ended to the end of the show. Great show, man. You know, we had Amerie come through, Castillo. We had Jesse Gambino, Chuck Thomas. Next week, it could be you. You know what I mean? Bring the groceries. I'll cook it up, and let's get it popping, man. Al York Sports Show, the raw truth. All I can do is speak from my heart. I'm not always going to be right. So if you're thinking you're looking at me now that I'm saying I'm always going to be right, that's a negative. But what I will do is give you every ounce that I got of the truth and throw it on my show for you guys. Because that's the least I can do for you guys taking time out to tune in to me. And with that, I'll see y'all on Tuesday. 15 quickest minutes of sports. And next Friday, open sessions. Call me up, inbox me. We set you up. We'll get it popping before the show starts. And with that, God bless all of y'all. June 4th is the Get Normal Day for Vegas. Hopefully things can get fun and we can get back to our normal life. And with that, God bless y'all. Love y'all, man. Al York Sports, man. Real talk.